Hello everybody, welcome back to the Mystic Hawk YouTube channel. My name is Marty and I am the mouthpiece for the Mystic Hawk Collective. I hope everybody can hear me. So I'm out in the woods again at work in a beautiful spot. I've got the sage going, not only to clear the space, but to keep the mosquitoes off of me. It is the time of year, so this is not only good for repelling spirits, it repels mosquitoes as well. Wonderful. So yes, welcome. I am going to be doing readings. I do still do personal readings. However, keep in mind I won't be pulling from the tarot. I use what I'm going to be using today is medicine cards and the crystal, this wonderful crystal deck. It has all the different minerals and crystals in it and lots of advice on the back of the card. I really love these. I'm sticking with everything Mother Nature right now. I don't know if you've seen any of my other videos, but I'll briefly explain to you that I have been instructed by my guides, because just for me, I'm not, whatever anybody else does is what they do, but for me, I've been instructed by my guides not to use the tarot cards at this current time, because the symbols in the tarot, especially the ones like the Rider-Waite and all the very traditional ones, they're highly charged right now, and usually tarot cards are neutral, but right now they're being particularly charged. So let's say by less positive forces. The dark side, maybe. You know what I'm saying? They're just being charged up, so be aware of that. There's certain symbols in each and every card that are actually certain people, okay? I can't say it. I can't on YouTube. Just be careful. But I didn't want to completely quit doing the readings. That would defeat the purpose. Yes, I needed a bit of a break. I needed a bit of time to readjust and retool. But I figured out a way outside of the box to still bring readings to you guys. So I'm so glad to be back and be talking to you. And of course, you'll still get the channeled information, which is pretty much what you got from reading the cards. I just went along with the pictures I saw, and then it came off the top of my head. I want to introduce you to one of the wonderful little crystals that I found on my dig. This is a nice little Isis crystal, Isis spirit crystal. The spirit crystals, I don't know if you can see the little baby crystal. See those little bumps? Might be too close. See if I can get it to focus. Doing my best. Anyway, and also this is not just an Isis spirit crystal, but if you can see the little inclusion on the inside, that's what I call a Patronus crystal. It's not quite a phantom, but I really feel like this is a spirit protector crystal, and I'm going to get a pendant made out of it and wear it, or make a pendant myself. So I'm going to turn this into a pendant, and unfortunately I haven't been able to go back to Hot Springs and to dig some more crystals, because first my truck broke down and then we went into a shutdown the minute my truck got back on the road. That was frustrating because I was so looking forward. Excuse my coughing, it's the sage. Anyway, I was so looking forward to getting more crystals, but I will very soon. And some of the crystals and the power jewelry that I'm going to be making is going to be for sale. So yay! Okay. Let's see, anything else I want to talk about? Just a really quick recap about how to deal with your future self. I'm going to say, people, if you can develop a relationship with your future self, believe me, you can save your own ass so many times coming up, because the energies that we're coming into now, you really have to intuitively navigate them. And if you have a connection to your future self who has already been there, done that kind of stuff, as we say, well, can you imagine if you could tell your past self, hey, don't do that, or hey, you should go buy that lottery ticket with those numbers today instead of blowing it off? Probably nothing like that. It's just a big overblown example. But if you could do something, you may not be able to change your past, but actually you can, but we won't go that deep right now. But anyway, let's just say that your future self can influence you and be able to give you messages. But the problem is that it's not that your future isn't talking to you, is that you've got to learn to listen to how your future self talks to you by first being the future, okay? Being in the present moment and becoming your own future self. So go back and talk to your past. So I talked about that a lot more in depth in another video. I'll go into it more if you would like for me to, but basically you go back about a year to all the turning point moments, or even further back if you want, and just start talking to yourself. Okay, you may not have listened to yourself. Don't get frustrated. Don't judge. Don't hate on yourself. Now, the first thing you really have to do that I didn't cover in the last video is to reach out to your highest potential future self. And a lot of you may want to say, the one with the big house and the big car. Oh no, that's not your happiest self. I'm talking about your happiest self, the one that is well-being. That might be for a few of you, and that's good. That's all good. But really, those things, the material abundance, actually would come a lot easier if that's something you choose to have. Once you get to that place, will flow to you so much easier if you're in a place of being well balanced, very centered, in your 0 point energy, in your space of being able to listen to your future self. Because remember, your future self is also asking for its higher future, and eventually you make it all the way to your higher self. So that's how, through this chain to these future selves, you can actually have a direct connection to your higher self. A lot of people say it's that way. Well, yes, it is, but I also see it's easier for some people to do it through time, if you're so inclined to do that, and you work through your own timeline. You change your own timeline by having conversations with your future self that gives you nudges to do this or that. And trust me, I had an incident just not too long ago. Hey, you need to look into something. You need to try something. And come to find out, oh yes, that didn't work. I wouldn't have gotten to participate in something I really wanted to do had I not listened and followed through with the instructions. Oh, that didn't work. I have to talk to people, have to find another way around, another solution. And I'm so very glad. There's many, many times where I did listen to my future self. Now, before I won't go too much longer into this, but what I do want to tell you guys, once you practice it for a month, it doesn't have to be that far out. Once you keep talking to your past self, you'll start hearing your future for a week ahead, a month ahead, however far. So you'll start getting little nudges. So just play with it, give it a try. So okay, that's that. I know I ran through that real fast. You may have to go back and listen to it, skip ahead, whatever you need to do if you don't want to hear about it, but that is one of the keys that you're going to need. Remember, I told you, I'm not just going to be reading cards for people, for just reading cards anymore. I'm going to try to give you some really important life skills, how to navigate through these coming times. So there you go, a little bit on the future self there. And now, on to your reading. Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your nature spirit reading. So, one of the things that I noticed as I was pulling your cards out, getting everything set up for your reading, is, like I was saying on the Aries video, is I pay attention to everything going on, every critter, every creature that I see. And of course there's a lot of birds, you can hear them, they're going off right now. One of the reasons why they're kind of sounding off the alarm is there's this big giant, I think it was a large red-tailed hawk actually, and she was swooping a squirrel just right down from me. So of course hawk is about the messenger, being able to listen to the messages that come to you, in particular from your own intuition, in particular from your own future self. If you've been practicing working with and surfing with your future self, it's really an important skill to have. Listening to the messages coming to you, perhaps it is this video, perhaps little bitty insights or little nudges that you may get are very important. Mama Hawk, and she was a big one, she's the big red-tailed hawk that's around here, and for her to come by, of course, I do have a hawk totem, and they love to hang out with me. But again, that is about not just the messages and the messenger, but it is also being able to fly up and be able to see the bigger picture of things, not look at things so close up. Because I see the mouse being the opposite of a hawk, because a hawk loves to hunt the mouse, right? And the mouse is only seeing what's right in front of its face. It's so focused, narrowly focused, that it's missing the bigger picture, and that's why it's so important to listen to your nudges. Now, what we have here with the medicine cards, I pulled 3 medicine cards, one for the past, present, future. Okay, we're still going along that past, present, future. I'm going to still work with you about talking to that future self. It's going to be a very, very important skill coming up. So we have the butterfly transformation, a powerful, powerful transformation as you transform from one state of being into another, literally transforming from the caterpillar into this amazing, beautiful new creature that is not only stuck on the ground with such a limited point of view. What is it talking about? Getting up and seeing the bigger picture, floating around, having joy, going through that state of transformation. I'll put on these ugly glasses to be able to read this. It says, you are changing. Emerge into your new state of being and honor your transformation. We are all going through a transformation, aren't we? You know, Aries got something so very similar to this, and I have a feeling I'm going to see this as a theme. It's going, you know, in the past, we've all gone through this transformation. This big transformation. They had the bat, you had the butterfly, but it's very similar. Death, rebirth for the bat. The butterfly is a death of the caterpillar so that the butterfly can be born. And here we go again. This is another theme I'm seeing that's very very common, the skunk. You know, when people see the skunk, they get out of its way. You know, but skunks attract other skunks. You know, it depends on what you want to attract. It's talking about attracting like-minded others, attracting people that are like you to you, the skunk. It is about your reputation in the world. What kind of energy have you put out there? Do you need to currently work on your reputation, or does your reputation precede you, good, bad, or indifferent? It's talking about having that quiet power. Skunk is very quiet power. They're not aggressive at all. They're really pretty sweet animals. And they don't go out and start a fight with anybody. You know why? Because they don't have to. Because their weapon is not claws or teeth or strength, brute strength, but their weapon hits the smell, hits the senses, the olfactory. And I mean, there is no animal, no matter how big or small they may be, that can withstand the smell of a skunk if they're not a skunk. Right? So like attracts like. So you're definitely attracting what you want to you, and it's also about manifestation. We're in the time of the Taurus moon. Happy birthday, by the way, all the Tauruses out there. And this is about attracting to you what you want and need. And remember, your future self, if you currently right now are talking to this past self saying you're getting ready to turn into a butterfly, don't resist, it's going to be beautiful on the other side. Okay, so also your future self is going to be talking to you, and we have the moose in your future. And the moose, hopefully I have enough battery to get this last video out, or this one at least, says the moose, see your potential, take pride in yourself, take pride in yourself and honor your right to be. So the moose, that's a lot of power, you know, definitely seeing your potential. The moose has a great deal of potential. And when I'm looking at this card, what I see is standing tall, you know, having that crown upon your head. You just transformed into a new position in life, a position of strength, because moose really have a lot of strength and a lot of power. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, take pride in, like that line keeps getting me. Say, honor your right to be. It don't matter what you do or what you have, where you live, where you're at. Just honor your right to be alive in this world, to be whoever you are right now. This new, beautiful butterfly. Let your reputation precede you. skunk, and attract those that are of like mind. Perhaps in the past you've been around too many people that are not of like mind, and that could be very draining and tiring. And now it is time to honor your right to be, and also honor your right to be around people that resonate with you. Okay? So now your crystal cards are, I gotta put my specs back on. So it is the opal. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. Wow. I would love to have one of those stones. Opals are well hydrated, amorphous mineraloids. Precious opals are lusted after for their rainbow sparkle, excuse me, aka diffraction. Common opals form in a range of colors and can deliver sensations that are anything but common. So who needs it? The all-black wardrobe set can benefit from the black precious opal's bold pop of color and spiritual protection. Not so prolific artists can ride the fire opal's burn. This is kind of hard to say. I don't know. But again, if you want to be an artist and you're kind of feeling a little blocked, get a fire opal. Says where to put it. General rule: white and blue vibe with the head. Okay, white and blue. The white and blue opals are the head. Pink vibes with the heart, and black vibes with the lower abdomen down here. It says when to use it. When you have something that needs to get moving, a project, a relationship, or if you have an energetic block. So this opals are really good for energetic blocks. White and blue for the head, pink for the heart, and the black for the lower abdomen. I would say that would be the second chakra. Might be some issues there, some blocks. And then the next card we have in the crystal card is Labradorite. Labradorite is a feldspar mineral first discovered in Canada's frozen north. This stone seems to hold the light of the aurora borealis just beneath its surface. It's slightly psychedelic, iridescent. Slightly psychedelic iridescent dance is known quite appropriately as labradorescence. A labradorescent dance. Okay. Adventurers exploring far off land. Who needs it? Adventurers exploring far off lands. Places alchemical, spiritual, artistic, and dreamy. Or any Pisces should have this. So if you're traveling with the Pisces, but this is very Piscean energy. It says where to put it. Wherever you cast your spells. Okay, if you don't do stuff like that, wherever you have your little wish box, your altar, or next to your bed, because what you write about when you want it. I mean, your words are your spells. I mean, words are very, very powerful. So on your journal, when you close it at night. Okay, when to use it? When you've lost your faith in magic. The world is a weird, wonderful, and whimsical watery rock hurling through space, and you're on it. Excuse me. And that makes you special. Gaze into labradorite and delight in that. Protect your magic. Protect your magic. Get your magic back. And don't let somebody steal it again. Or give it away, giving your power away. It says when you've lost faith in magic. Okay, you need this when you've lost faith in your magic. And of course, the opal is when you have something that needs to get moving, a project, a relationship, or an energetic block. So I would say losing your magic is definitely an energetic block. Skunk can get that moving. Excuse me, I'm coughing. There's a lot of stuff going on here with the pollen and everything. So there you go, Taurus. Thank you for watching, liking, sharing, subscribing. I know you got the power of the moose, so we're going to go do past, present, future. Gone through a transformation that's upped your reputation, and you're in a new place of power. And don't forget, you have the right to be. You have a right to be, and you have a right to be here. Learn to listen to your own future self for your guidance. Who knows better than you how to guide you through your life? All right, thank you for being here, and I'll see you soon. Bye, Taurus.